Hi, I'm Dr. Shambavi Richard. I am a myeloma physician at Mount Sinai in New York, and my special area of interest is myeloma CAR T therapy. Today, I want to talk about the very exciting preliminary results of the phase 1b/2 Durga 1 trial, which was testing out a new dual target autologous CAR T product. This targets two different antigens on the myeloma cells, BCMA and CD19. BCMA is present on the majority of malignant plasma cells. CD19, on the other hand, is present on B cells and some subsets of myeloma cells and progenitor cells. And the idea is that it may be targeting a so-called myeloma stem cell or myeloma progenitor cell, thus reducing risks of antigen-negative relapses. The other cool thing with this CAR T product is that it has a different manufacturing technology. So while traditional manufacturing takes several weeks for CAR T cells to be made, this particular FastCAR platform makes the CAR T cells in less than 3 days, so potentially making it available to more patients who need a CAR T. And also, because of this different technology which eliminates ex vivo expansion, the CAR T cells are much younger and fitter, more naive because they're going through less processing. And the cells just go through activation and transduction, and all the expansion happens in vivo. So this also improves safety and tolerability. In fact, on this study, about a third of the patients received the CAR T infusion as an outpatient. In terms of safety, the majority of adverse events were hematologic cytopenias, and they were very tolerable. Infections were very low, at less than 10% grade 3 infections, and there were no deaths or dose-limiting toxicities. In terms of efficacy, this short follow-up of 3.9 months, overall response rate was 96%. CR and better rates was 78%, and partial response was 17%. So very exciting early data. And in addition, the MRD in the MRD valuable patients, 94% were MRD negative. The median time to first response was 1 month, and responses deepened over time. Interestingly, there were a small group of patients who had had a prior BCMA CAR T, and in this group of patients, responses were 100% and CR or better was 80%. So obviously giving new hope to patients who have had a prior BCMA CAR T and then relapsed after it. So really a lot of hope for this new CAR T product as we get more updates on further efficacy and evaluation. One additional thing I wanted to say that's very important is that there were no delayed toxicities seen with this product, no delayed neurotoxicities, no Parkinson's, no colitis, no Guillain-Barré. So really, even in terms of acute neurotoxicity, ICANS as we call it, there was only one patient who had a grade 1 ICANS in this entire study, including a prior study with an IIT wherein this particular product was tested. So we're looking ahead to encouraging times and more hope with this CAR T product. And in addition, the CRS rates were very tolerable. The vast majority, 15 of the 16 patients on this 26-patient study who had a CRS were grade 1 CRS, and there was only one grade 2 CRS. So really, the toxicities seem to be very manageable with this product.
If our videos have helped you in any way, and you're able to, please consider making a donation to help us continue this important work.
Your gift will go 3 times as far when we reach $500,000 by the end of the year.
Every contribution, big or small, makes a difference, and we're deeply grateful for your support.